10 strange animal mating rituals. Bow chicka wow wow. Giraffe. When a male finds a female, he will bump his head against her behind in order to make her urinate. Then, in a move to shock even the strangest animals out there, the male takes a big sip of urine to see if this girl is for him. This whole time, it is not uncommon for the male to fight with other males, an act which sees giraffes necking as they hit their long necks together. Worked up so much by the whole process, it isn't rare to find males having sex with other males. Hippopotamus. Normally when we date, we like to shower and clean ourselves up. Not the male hippopotamus. This guy goes about attracting females with a rather messy technique. Once a male finds an appealing female, he proceeds to defecate and urinate to impress the watching female. To spice things up, the male will also spin his tail around, kind of like a fan, to ensure the mess gets fired all over the place and himself. Apparently, in the world of hippos, the ladies love this display, and a successful male will then head into water with his new mate to consummate their relationship. Porcupine. After rubbing noses, the female gives the male permission to proceed with the ritual. What's the next step, you might ask? It involves having the male pee on his prospective mate. Covered head to toe in urine, the female then decides if she likes the male based on his pheromones. If she does, then the female will allow the male to mate by exposing part of her non-quilled underbelly. With the green light, the male approaches to perform the act, very carefully. Red velvet mite. This tiny, fuzzy-looking arachnid puts in a lot of effort to attract a mate. When it comes time to attract a mate, the red velvet mite will build a house made out of sticks, leaves, and sperm. That's just step one. This little guy then builds a pathway of silk from his love garden and proceeds to wait for a female to pass by. When he sees a potential mate, the male starts to dance, and if she likes his moves, the female will follow him down the silk road to his house. Once inside the structure, the female will sit on a sperm bubble to complete the mating ritual. Snails. For hours, a pair of snails can undertake their mating ritual, rubbing against one another in a period of foreplay that proves slow and steady wins the race. As snails are hermaphroditic, meaning they are both male and female, each snail slowly goes about trying to impregnate the other. When the time is right, the snails will shoot what experts call love darts into each other. While impaling your mate's head with a spike is hardly romantic, it does help speed along the process of fertilization in the snail world. The red-capped mannequin. The mating ritual of the red-capped mannequin has fascinated experts for years. Why? For much of its mating ritual, you'd need a high-speed camera to see all the moves that this bird can pull off. It also creates a very high-pitched, electronic-like sound to attract the ladies by beating its wings together faster than a hummingbird. Not done there, this little bird pulls out its best Michael Jackson impression to seal the deal. It may not have the leather jacket and sparkling glove of the king of pop, but the mannequin can perform one of the best moonwalks in the animal kingdom. Flatworms. Another creature whose mating ritual can seem a bit violent is the flatworm. Like the snail, flatworms are hermaphrodites, which means that the pair come together, they actually try to impregnate or fertilize each other. There is a twist, however. Flatworms become embroiled in what amounts to a knife fight, with both of them using their penises to try to stab one another. Experts actually call this part of the ritual penis fencing. The flatworm, which ends up getting stabbed, is fertilized and becomes the female who is responsible for giving birth. Bowerbird. As far as birds are concerned, the bowerbird of New Guinea and Australia puts in a lot of effort to impress a mate. This bird's mating ritual involves building an elaborate structure to impress the ladies. Looking a little like a fort, the bowerbird then proceeds to customize the structure by decorating it with colorful objects. From berries and leaves to glass, plastic, and other garbage, the male makes his house stand out. To add further flair, the bowerbird can decorate the pathway leading up to his hut and even add a little dance of his own to seal the deal with any impressed females. The red-sided garter snake. When the time comes to mate, the female garter snake will come out into the open and release powerful sex pheromones. This will often attract hundreds of male snakes who each go about trying to fertilize the female. The resulting competition creates a ball of snakes writhing around each other, each trying to get their turn at mating. To complicate matters a bit more, it's not unheard of for a male snake to impersonate a female and release pheromones, which bring all the boys running. It all makes for one massive animal orgy. The Arabian camel. Some animal mating rituals can be weird and disgusting, and the one put on by the male Arabian camel definitely qualifies. When the male wants to let the ladies know that he's good to go, he'll blow up a part of his soft palate so it hangs out of his mouth like some sort of inflated pink balloon. As if that's not attractive enough, the male then proceeds to froth and foam at the mouth. To seal the deal with any interested females, the camel proceeds to pee on himself and exude a stinky oil used to mark his turf. It's a real treat for the eyes, the ears, and the nose. We hope maybe you learned something from this video. Here's some other videos that we think you might like, and don't forget to click subscribe.